Good evening, and welcome to the Bloodshots Podcast. Podcast where we sit around and talk about movies and TV shows and probably get derailed somewhere along the lines. To my right, Wes Baumgardner.
What's up?
To my left, Aaron Schmidt.
What's up?
I am your host, James. Head on over to Facebook, Twitter, social media, do things, do great things, leave things, do more things like likes, favorites, subscribes, and...
Hit those social media buttons. Give me a thumbs up.
Yes, because we're not worse than United Airlines.
Which we'll talk about.
Which we'll talk about later.
An hour after I spoil.
And then,
Lost.
also, if you want to support the show, patreon.com/derailed.
Someone spoil Law & Order SVU Miami.
How do you spoil that?
It's a shitty fucking show.
Damn.
Miami? It's terrible.
Cover that pussy hole, CBS. James is fucking.
All right.
That'll be my new thing.
Are you done jumping the gun yet? Can I talk about the subject now?
No.
Is that cool?
Jack and Kate.
+8?
Now we're just doing word association. 8 heads in a duffel bag.
What?
Threw mom off the train. Danny DeVito?
What? He just killed it.
What happened?
Oh, Christ. All right, we're going to spoil things today.
Because there's no movies.
Starting with this show, so you're
no
up
movies.
first.
There's no movies. Let's talk about how there's no movies.
There's no movies.
All right.
There's no movies.
Well, there are movies, just none that you want to see.
What?
There are movies, just none you
Ah,
want to
that
see.
means there's no movies.
There's no movies,
There's no movie I
Wes.
want to see.
Oh, The Case for Christ.
The Case for Christ.
What the fuck
Yeah,
is
but
that?
that's not a reviewable movie for us.
That's true.
What
But
the hell
it
is
looks
that?
Good.
It's about this guy who...
He's a reporter, and his wife becomes a Christian, and he
Here, I'll read the
starts,
synopsis.
he starts making a case for there not being a God, but then
Oh.
he finds out reasons
And then he
why there.
believes in God.
Yeah, and he
the
finds
end.
out reasons there could be a God.
It's all right.
So it's just about recruiting to Catholicism?
No.
It's about a
Because
dude
doesn't
discovering
the
religion.
Vatican try to do that to you?
No.
Oh, you're a non-believer? Come, let's listen to some things.
Because he's a reporter though, trying to make a case against it. So
Right.
He finds all this information out, and then that makes him start to
Oh, it's a
believe.
goddamn book.
Goddamn book.
In the 1980s, Lee Strobel's award-winning investigative reporting earns him a promotion to legal editor at Chicago Tribune. It's a true story.
Butter.
Things at home aren't going nearly as well. His wife Leslie's newfound faith in Christ compels Lee to utilize his journalistic and legal training to try and disprove the claims of Christianity, pitting his resolute atheism against her growing faith. So maybe he doesn't actually become a Jesus follower.
It's not what it seems like in the previews, though.
I mean, it's got Faye Dunaway, dude.
Ooh.
Faye Dunaway. I'm spoiling Lost, though.
No.
I am.
No. Why?
Because that's the topic of the show.
Why?
Because there's no movies. We just said that.
I thought you were joking. You could spoil something else. You don't have to spoil Lost.
No, that's my favorite show.
No.
I'm
Spoil
okay.
something else.
I'm spoiling it.
No.
Well, we're starting with you, so we'll see where this goes.
La la la.
Plane
la, 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 la.
Turn your mic off if you're going to do that.
Why do you have to spoil Lost?
Because it's my favorite show. That's the point of the topic. It's the topic of the show.
You don't
my
have to
God.
spoil it. You could
It's
talk
the
about
topic of the
it.
show.
You could talk
No,
about
but
it.
the topic is spoiling our favorite shows. Plane crash.
It's your life, dude.
Thanks, Hurley.
Right now, you realize that you're fucking, what's his name?
Jack.
Yeah, no, you're not Jack right now.
I'm Jack.
You're not Jack.
Kate.
You're going to be fucking
Sawyer?
bad luck, dude.
My Sawyer?
No, you're bad luck guy.
Desmond?
No.
Charlie.
Locke. You're fucking Locke right now.
Locke doesn't have bad luck.
Yes, he does. He has terrible luck. Everybody shits on him his whole life. Are you kidding me?
It's impossible to spoil Lost because every episode is so in depth. There's a dude in a wheelchair who can walk. Because
Why
he's
can't
on the
you
island.
spoil The Office?
How do you spoil The Office?
Michael Scott leaves. The end.
Can't
I was going to try to spoil West Wing, and then I realized it wouldn't work.
Yeah, there's only certain shows you can spoil.
What did I say I was going to do?
You can
I
spoil
forgot now.
episodes of a show, but you can't really spoil a show because you'd have to
You
talk
can totally
about.
spoil a show.
No.
Okay?
I think Lost you could
Do
definitely
you know who? Yeah, you can spoil fucking Lost. Do you know who is the ruler of the island?
Because it's
at
like
the
a
end?
twisty, turny.
Please don't.
Babe, I'm spoiling Lost.
You're not.
Okay, because I am. Plane crash. Jack and Kate. start to feel a love connection. This is going to take way too long. It really is. They find a hatch.
Yeah,
It's a crazy
to be
show.
fair, you did this to me at work when you were in my department.
Did I?
And yeah, it took
How
4
far did we get?
hours.
Did it?
No, we were dead, but beyond dead. It took you 4 hours to spoil it.
What do you remember? Do you remember the light?
Yeah, you talked to me about the light in the dark and...
No, the light on the island, like the center of the island. remember
Yes. Because that's where it got like completely batshit crazy.
It gets batshit crazy in 4 when the island disappears. She already knows. She's there.
Harley's just.
Is that
staring
where she's at right now?
She's season 4, yeah.
Season 4? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's not spoil it for her.
And how many were there? 7?
6.
I love how
Oh, there were
everybody
6.
but the person I'm marrying is nice enough not to spoil a show for me.
Well,
It's
he
the
just,
topic of the show.
he just doesn't care.
What's
What?
the...
I don't know.
What do you mean doesn't
About
care?
spoiling it for her.
We spoiled.
I care. I have to live here.
So it's me theory. I should be the one who doesn't care. I just had so much shit spoiled for me. I hate it when people do.
Well, why is this a topic then?
I don't know. You wanted it to be a
You
topic.
wanted it to be a topic.
When?
When you were like, we should spoil shows.
I didn't say that. I said we should talk about our favorite shows.
Yeah, but what's good in talk? We've already talked about our favorite shows.
Well, Lost, you could talk about a lot of different things, like all the characters and everything, and like stuff like that.
Favorite episode, favorite season,
Yeah,
worst
but if
episode.
I say that my favorite episode is
Could be a spoiler.
Fair enough.
Desmond when he's time traveling, talking to the physicist, you know,
That's a good episode.
you're not at that episode. That's season 5.
No, that's a. Babe, I know that episode.
No, when Desmond's having the flashbacks.
Yeah, and he time travels to talk to the professor, and then the professor tells him all. He tells the professor all this stuff and ends up in his journal, and then the professor ends up on the island, and he's like, "Oh shit!"
Then you're way farther than I thought.
You're almost done then. You're like a season to go, season and a half to go. That's pretty good.
So the cool thing about Lost is there's like this thing around the island that lets it like move. That's why no one can ever find it. The whole point of it is that these people crash on the island. They all have this weird connection, like they all have daddy issues.
All
But
of them.
then there's this guy. God damn it, what's his name? Who's the old guy? Desmond's stepfather or father-in-law?
Oh, the rich dude?
Yeah. I
The
can't remember his
fucking,
name.
he's the piece of shit guy.
Fuck.
Yeah, I forgot his
Anyway.
name.
Piece of shit fuck.
Piece of shit fuck. Discovers that there's something crazy on the island. Like this lady has cancer, but she lands on the island and then her cancer's gone.
And smoke monsters and polar bears.
Yeah.
Crazy shit
But
on
more
there?
of the healing stuff. So dude is crippled, but then he can walk on the island, right?
So where are you in the show to where you're like, I don't know what's going to happen next?
They're back.
From going forward and then coming back?
Yeah, so they're flash forward to them being back from the island, like
Right.
they got there, and then he's like, "We need to go back," and then it flashes back, and I'm like,
But
somewhere.
you just told me an episode from the end of season 4, but them going back is the end of season 3.
Oh, but I remember that episode, so I'm somewhere.
I don't know where you are.
I don't know.
What was the last episode you watched?
It was like 2 years ago.
It was not 2 years ago.
It was here.
Honestly,
Yeah, it was here.
the last thing I remember is like the time traveling thing, and then the boat. Like they're on the boat, and
The freighter, yeah. The crazy marine guy.
Saeed and one, like they were all getting sick, and then they're like, and then the boat people were acting weird, and they're like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, that's exactly the episode that I was talking about. That's season 4.
Okay.
So where did Lost peak? Like where it was its
Season
best?
Season 2.
Yeah.
Season 2?
Well, not for me.
Yeah.
For me, season 6.
No, objectively.
Season 2.
Season 2?
Season 2 is when the numbers were...
Oh, really?
Because
Yeah.
because
Here's what happened. Here's some deets on the Lost train, okay?
Well, I know the writer's strike happened, and
That's
That was
season 4.
terrible.
but fucked over everything.
But season 4 is fantastic.
Really?
So season 4 of The Office and season 4 of Lost are fantastic, and those happened during the writing strike. Okay? So here's what happened. J.J. Abrams talks to Damon Lindelof. They come up with this idea of what if they found a hatch on an island. Cool. J.J. Abrams directs the premiere and then gives it to Damon Lindelof. Okay?
Was this the first big thing for Abrams?
No. Alias.
Oh, okay.
Alias was like already a fucking thing.
Charles Widmore.
Thank you. Widmore Industries. there's a scene where someone takes a pregnancy test, and it's Widmore Industries pregnancy test, and it's a fuss because you don't know who he is yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So David Lindelof takes the show over. He's the showrunner. They get to the end of season 1. Cool, awesome. Now we get to find out what's in the hatch. Season 2. Okay, season 2 was huge. We find out what's in the hatch. It's awesome. It's cool. And then he hires the other guy. Damn it, the other guy. And so there's 2 showrunners. Okay, they are in a deal with ABC for not a certain amount of episodes. Basically, ABC says keep making the show or we'll fucking kill you. And they're like, well, we don't want to just keep making the shit up. Like, we actually know where we want to go with this. And they're like, no, blah, blah, blah. So end of season 2 happens, and they're fighting, the showrunners and ABC.
Okay.
Because that was its peak, is the end of season 2. Okay. Beginning of season 3 has a great opening, but then they're fighting. And so the beginning of season 3, like the first 9 episodes, the characters are literally locked in cages by the other people, the others. And that's because that's how they felt. Like, they're like, we can't do anything with these characters because we don't know what they're going to do yet. So we have to put them in cages. And it was boring, and the numbers dropped and terrible. But it made them come up with a deal that said, we're picking the exact day when our series premiere or series finale will air, and we're writing a storyline to finish it out. So halfway through season 3, they knew exactly where it was going and exactly how it was going to end and when it was going to end. So this whole fucking bullshit about I didn't like Lost because they didn't know what they were doing or where they were going with it is not true at all.
See, the biggest thing when Lost came out, when it got to the seasons 5 and 6, that I heard everyone say was their biggest complaints was it started making zero amounts of sense until like the last 2 episodes of the series.
I can see that if you were watching it
Babe.
week to week, but if when you watch it on DVD, it's easier to follow it.
When you don't have to wait a week or even like 6 weeks between episodes. So you get like a big plot point episode in like middle of season 5. Oh, mid-season break. We'll be back in 4 to 6 weeks.
There's no mid-season break or anything, but there's season breaks.
I know a lot of the major channels do like mid-season breaks. 'Cause
AMC only does that.
I've seen ABC do it.
What?
They do it with Once Upon a Time.
Yes, they do
That's
summer
retarded.
breaks. All shows do summer breaks.
No, they don't.
Suits on USA does.
There's some shows that have mid-season breaks, but for Lost and The Office and all the,
Game of Thrones makes you wait forever.
I've never heard of that other than AMC, but it's just season by season. But there is a big time gap between the seasons, obviously. But the cool thing about Lost is they always did Lost in 8 minutes and 15 seconds because that's their whole thing. 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42 is the numbers. So that before the season started, they would always say, this is how to catch up with Lost in 8 minutes and 15 seconds. And they'd say, this happened to this person, this happened to this person, and you're like, oh yeah. And then you can just jump into it. So it was always cool. But the Lost Island has powers. It's in the South Pacific. No one knows where it is. Charles Widmore figures that out, wants to monetize it, right? But the others who live there don't want him to come for reasons because the Man in Black and Jacob.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Jacob is the leader of the others, which is sub-leaded by Benjamin Linus.
Yeah. You remember something?
I have a question. When cripple guy John Locke goes to see
Name
Jacob,
of a philosopher.
is that season 5 where he like?
You're not on season 5. You're on season 4.
Season 4 where he sees Jacob. Finally,
Season 4, yeah.
And then he falls down into the pit.
Yep. Yep.
That whole creepy house thing.
Okay. Jacob and the Man in Black, who we've only seen once before they actually show you who he actually is, are brothers. They are born on the island. There's a shipwreck or some sort of... What?
Spoiler.
I'm spoiling it! Okay?
No.
All right. They're ancient. They live forever because of the water on the island, and they don't want bad people to come because of things.
You already spoiled it.
How? That's
Not really.
That's not that much.
Yeah, it's really not that much at all. It's
But
kind
there's
of like just
a cool
touch.
scene where Hurley tries to write
Oh,
Return of the Jedi, but
the Empire.
Empire Strikes Back. Yeah,
Wait, what?
Because they're back in time.
it's time travel.
So
he
like
wants
the
to be
Dharma Initiative was like way back.
So what they find out is by the
this-
island moving, other things happen too. Because she already knows the island moves. You already know the island moves. Whatever. So Jim and Pam, they get together.
She
I don't
tells
know.
she
That's
tells
my
Roy
shit.
to suck
I
a
guess we
dick.
can't spoil it. How about can you leave so I can talk about it? You skipped all last week and I could have talked about it. Like, can't you just...
Why did you not talk about it last week?
Because we watched a movie. There's no movie this week. Like, if you don't want it spoiled, then don't listen.
Or just be nice. You would talk about something else if it was one of those two that hadn't seen it.
Okay. I guess Wes can spoil Firefly.
Firefly.
Not quite as in depth as Lost, being only 14 episodes in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Show Fox screwed over from day one.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the worst.
Didn't they air the second episode first?
They aired the second episode first.
How?
They fucked up.
Well, they fucked. Well, no, they went through a focus test, and apparently, whoever they got for the focus test didn't like the first episode. A, would have been a two-parter because the first episode is 2 hours, and B, like it was a slow pace to build up all these characters.
Fringe.
That's right.
What?
That's what I was gonna spoil.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay.
I like coats with fringe.
Wait, so did they put the first episode, like, did they air it at all?
Episode 2 and episode 3, respectively.
That's
So
weird.
the train job is the first episode aired on TV.
Train job.
Babe, you could have injured our dog, FYI.
He's floppy.
Fine.
He's gonna stop flopping. Flop around.
It had one of, like, if you could find the original commercial for it, it tells you it's the exact opposite of what the series is. Like, they make it seem like it's going to be this big, grand alien epic, but no aliens in the series. Honestly, it's a space western.
Stupid. How do you not have aliens in space?
It was just the way Joss Whedon wanted to go.
Aren't there's aliens though?
Nope.
Like in the bar and stuff? It's all humans?
It's all humans.
I guess I never noticed.
Humans just went out from Earth once Earth Prime was over-colonized and over...
So spoil it for me. What's the ending?
So the ending... So the big spoiler comes from one of the characters, River.
Who is the girl?
The crazy girl, sister
Who
of
is
Simon.
Summer...
Gow.
Summer Gow. Okay, got
Yeah.
you.
Throughout
Terminator.
the series, you've tried to figure out why she's A, like, batshit crazy, and then a couple episodes B, randomly good at stuff she shouldn't be. Like, in one episode
She's
she picks...
autistic.
Not quite. Like, one episode she picks up a gun...
My cousins are autistic. They are good at one thing. Just saying.
She picks up a gun, walks out, and just takes a look where people are, closes her eyes, and shoots all 3 of them in the head.
Who? Random?
Just random, like, guys shooting at the ship. The big spoiler comes in Serenity. Because you find out that she's a psychic. They've developed her latent psychic powers. And she knows secrets of what's happened on planets because when top officials would see her, she would just copy everything in their mind. But she went crazy from the experiments. You find out that she's crazy because she realizes that they completely murdered a planet when they tried terraforming it. They put some they put something in the chemicals to keep people docile, and they just went to sleep.
Yeah.
Except for Reavers. They're like zombie cannibal pirates.
Yeah.
Not zombie, they're not.
The Reavers.
This would technically be a fantasy show as opposed to a sci-fi show.
No, it's sci-fi.
No. It's like Star Wars, though. Because the setting is space, but all the stuff, the technological advances, everything has already happened. So the setting is space, but the plot is fantasy. Because there's magic.
In Star Wars, she's saying.
Oh, in Star Wars. There's no magic. Terraforming is a science.
Psychic powers are kind of magic.
Yeah.
Or bullshit. It's either magic or bullshit.
So it's kind of more.
I don't know if
fantasy.
I think it's more Western than it is. Like I agree that it's a Western sci-fi, but she's saying that Star Wars is fantasy more than sci-fi.
But so is that one. If it's more, if there's
It's
like
not, though,
psychic
because-
powers and zombies.
They're not
not
zombies.
zombies.
They're basically insane cannibals. I just said zombie because they.
They're brainless.
I'm sorry.
They're brainless.
No, the Reavers. So basically, they're what people are most afraid of. Honestly, they almost make it sound like they're savage natives, because that's how they treat it.
They're
Except
the others.
Categorized, Firefly is an adventure, drama, sci-fi.
Well, it's gonna be sci-fi because of space. Anything with space is sci-fi
it's just
to people.
It for me. It's just that show that got canceled way in its
That's the
prime.
one. That's the spoiler, though.
That's the big spoiler. Is you find out
So
like
who dies?
so in the movie you
That's all
lose
you care about.
Yeah, we're spoiling the
True.
show. I can't talk
So-
about mine.
two of the main crew, the pilot Wash and the preacher Shepard,
And watches Alan Tudyk.
and Wash is Alan Tudyk.
Who's Alan? Oh wait, no, I know this. Never mind.
God damn it! Suck Alan Tudyk's dick.
King Candy, bro.
I know he's King Candy. I'll never forget that he's fucking King Candy. Jesus Christ.
Also in A Knight's Tale.
Oh, that was
No,
yeah,
it's King Candy.
He's also Olaf, isn't he?
yeah.
Yes.
No, he's King
No,
No, not Olaf. He's
the
King Candy.
Olaf is Josh Gad.
yeah.
King Candy.
He's somebody in Frozen.
Yeah, he
though,
is.
Is he
said.
Sven?
King Candy.
But wait, no.
Which one? The reindeer?
No, sorry, not
Or
Sven. The guy who runs the sauna.
King Candy.
Oh,
The guy goes yoo-hoo.
Yes.
That guy?
Yeah.
Maybe.
King Candy.
I can't fucking remember now.
babe, stop.
King Candy. King Candy.
That's it. Who dies? Wash.
Wash and Shepard.
King
Who's
Candy dies.
Shepard?
The preacher.
Oh, the black guy.
Yeah.
Duke. Oh, he's the Duke of Wesselton.
There we go.
That's what it is.
Weaselton.
Yeah. It's Wesselton. He's also King Candy.
He's also in Transformers 3.
Ugh.
Ooh, really?
He's like the best character in that movie.
Get a new agent.
I haven't seen that
Who was
movie.
he in Transformers 3?
Hans.
Hans?
So John Turturro's character, his like butler.
John Turturro, you mean?
Yeah, John Turturro's character, his like butler manservant guy.
Not memorable character, I guess. Transformers 3 still had Shia LaBeouf in it, didn't it? Or
Yes.
was that Marky Mark?
No, Marky Mark is number 4.
That was
Yeah.
a horrible Transformers movie.
Yeah, because Shia signed on to do the stupid trilogy when they fired Megan Fox.
They should have fired Megan Fox.
They should have fired her before the first one aired.
They shouldn't put her in anything.
So Fringe.
Is that all you had for...
That's the biggest thing with Firefly.
I mean,
it's
it's-
only 14 episodes.
You can't really go into depth on something that was only aired for one
I would
fucking season.
have to go episode to episode.
What is it, 8 episodes?
14.
For the first season?
Yep.
Really? Oh.
Only one season.
2 of
I
them
thought they
did.
shook handed after
2
like
or
8.
3 of them didn't air on TV though.
Oh,
So it's like 11, maybe 12 episodes,
interesting.
and then a movie.
Interesting. So yeah, I guess I'm going to do Fringe.
Okay.
I wanted to do West Wing, but you really can't spoil. It's just a
Government.
great show, yeah.
Government's already spoiled.
There's like...
Zing.
In West Wing, there's one big spoiler because at the end of the thing, the president gets shot, and it was like the biggest cliffhanger. You don't know if he lives or dies because then somebody else gets shot too.
Ooh, House of Cards.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
want to do House of Cards.
House of Cards is good. When is the fucking new season gonna air already? It got delayed.
For James.
Oh, somebody sleeps with someone.
More
else.
love, more sex. Someone dies.
Someone's
and-
a leper.
A leper? Oh, what did we say was the most common? Remember, I was trying to think of it.
Muhammad.
Would they always diagnose heart attacks? Right? It's like heart attacks.
Yeah, or like
everybody dies from a heart attack.
A cardiopulmonary embolism.
Yeah, embolism. That's like that kills everyone in Grey's Anatomy. Everyone in Seattle has shitty hearts. That's all it is.
We also did in car accidents a lot. If you
ever watch House?
Yep.
So House's diagnosis that kills what they think it is sarcoidosis.
And lupus.
Well, I don't remember Lupus too much. I just remember that every time I watch Otto.
Isn't Lupus?
Otto.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
got lupus.
God damn it, Otto. You have lupus. It's the only... Alcoholism's the only disease someone can have, and people can be mad at you for it. God damn it, Otto. You have lupus.
So, like, the first season... And so West Wing also went through that whole writer's strike, too, right? Mm-hmm. Plus, they had 9/11 that happened during that time. Right, so they had to stop for that. But like West Wing went strong for the first 3 seasons, with Aaron Sorkin behind the helm the entire time, and like you really get invested into the president, Martin Sheen, and like all of his staff and how they make decisions, walking down the hallways and everything. Like whoever the president was at the time, I think it was George W.'s first term, was he let them go into the West Wing and like see how things run and like model the studio after the exact West Wing and like their offices and all kinds of shit. And it's just really interesting how bills get thought up of and killed and like negotiations and, oh, if you want this bill, then you got to give me this and talk about this and blah, blah, blah. And all kind. It's crazy. Like, it's really, really fucking interesting. And then you have like, so Martin, the president, is his right-hand body man is Dule Hill.
Oh,
from
Psych.
Yeah, Psych. And so he starts to fall in love with the president's daughter real quick. Right? Because she's going to college and everything. They're about the same age. But everybody in Washington, D.C. hates their relationship because it's interracial. Right? So it's all fucking this, like, death threats and everything. And then you come to find out, like, every president has gone through that shit with their families. You know what I mean? You get all kinds of death threats from these crazy fucking hillbilly organizations and everything that are trying to, like, white power, blah, blah, blah. So at the end of the first season, like, shots are fired from a window when the president's coming out with all of his staff. You don't know who gets shot. There's pandemonium everywhere. Like, the president's in the back of the limo. They think he's fine. The Secret Service guy's hands shredded and everything from, like, windows breaking and shit. And then you don't know if he's going to make it or not. And then it flashes forward to Bradley Whitford from Billy Madison, the Weasley guy.
Oh.
So he's the main guy, and also in West Wing, right? So then you see like him and Rob Lowe are standing, and then all of a sudden he looks down and he's shot right in the fucking stomach, and then boom, it just fucking ends. And you don't know because they don't split that series. That was year to year, and that's it. You know what I mean? That was like the giantest fucking cliffhanger like ever.
That's what we should have talked about.
What?
Series finales.
Oh yeah.
Cliffhanger.
Series finales.
It's not season finales. Series finales.
Series finales.
Yeah. Series finales for West Wing was crazy because, oh man, it's just they went eight or 9 seasons, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah, and it was like you don't know if the president's going to run again, and then they're trying now at the end of his, you know what I mean? Like they're trying to do all of this stuff, and they bring in, oh man, it's fucking crazy. Absolutely
crazy.
crazy.
Did they even get a fair season finale or series finale for Firefly?
Serenity.
Yeah.
Just the movie.
But the last episode isn't very like.
So, no, the last episode that didn't air, the final one they filmed, has a little bit of closure between like Malcolm starting to like River and Simon a little more, like acknowledge them as part of the crew. Mm-hmm. But it's like it was starting to build because like some of the stories they had, Anara. She was actually the reason she left her compound. Apparently, she had a life-threatening, like cancer or something. So she was going to go travel the universe, doing her fancy hooking.
One of my, like for West Wing, my favorite series, or actually season finale one, is like, so after the president gets shot, they figure out that 7 years ago he was diagnosed with MS, right? And they kept it a secret the entire time. His wife is the chick who played Rizzo in Grease. Stockard Channing. Stockard Channing.
Yeah.
So that's his wife. She's a doctor. She's like a world famous doctor, right? So they keep this thing hidden for this whole time. They have to tell the surgeon, or I'm sorry, they have to tell the anesthesiologist that he has MS so they don't kill him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So she's like, you're the only you are one of 3 people in this world that know about this situation right now. And she's like, basically please be discreet. So like months go by, and then the fucking guy finally leaks it to the press. So now everybody finds out that the president has MS. And now they're like, can he run the country? Is he fit? Blah, 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 all this stuff. And then, like, on Air Force One, some things happened in the middle where the vice president, which is another famous actor, I can't remember his name right now, but he's really good, he gets impeached for, like, lying and doing some other stuff, right? So there's no vice president right now. The president has a crippling attack of MS on Air Force One. He's in a coma. There's no one to run the country. So the succession line goes down to now it's the Speaker of the House is the President of the United States until he gets better. And the Speaker of the House is John Goodman. And it's fucking amazing. It's the best performance that I've ever seen John Goodman do. It was so good. And now the Speaker of the House, they have a Republican Congress, right? So Democratic, blah, blah, and then they have the fucking Republican Congress. And now all of his staff is going up to him and, like,
Harley,
they're trying to find out if like he's going to run the country legit, because there's also a crisis in the Middle East that they're dealing with too, right? So they're like, everybody's freaking out, and John Goodman just gives this great fucking monologue real quick on how he's going to run the country. He's like, sir, I am a patriot. I am a Republican. And he's like, I am not some joke. You know what I mean? And then it just it ends with them swearing him into the office of the president. So you have no fucking idea what's going to happen the next season at all. It's like, dude, it's fucking amazing. Man, it gives me goosebumps talking about that show. I don't want to talk about Fringe now. Fringe, I hated.
Spoil West Wing. And we didn't talk about the series finale of West Wing.
The series finale is not really a finale. It's a great closing for the show. So halfway through, the president decides to run again. He pulls through everything. He gets reelected. And then the last 2 years of his presidency is they're trying to get the next guy elected for the Democrats, which is Jimmy Smits.
Okay.
Right? So he's a Spanish governor from Texas, right? And he wants to run, and he's running up against Alan Alda, the MASH guy, yeah, who is amazing in that show too, but they make him this real Republican right-wing guy who has good ideas and everything, but he's being pulled so much to that right side. Mind you, this is probably like 2004 now, roughly, when the show's like wrapping up, 2004, 2005. And so the battle between Jimmy Smits, like Alan Alda tries to make it a Mexican thing, like, oh, he's Mexican-American. It reminds you of how Trump is doing things right now. But Alan Alda's not being a racist fuck or anything like that, but he's running like smear ad campaigns and all this stuff. So the series finale is the president is like, his health's not that great, you know what I mean? His right-hand man, John Spencer, which is Leo McGarry, that was his White House chief of staff. That he's been through the whole show. The last season of filming that show, he had a heart attack and died. So they had to give him the same thing in the show, right? So they had to wrap it up kind of fast. And so the president is a very religious person, Catholic, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but like he's also a huge history buff and a Bible junkie. Right? He's not a crazy religious extremist, but when those people come into the White House, like the very first episode of the whole fucking series is probably one of the best ones, because they have those right-wing nut jobs in there that with the religion and everything about you can't have condoms in schools and you can't talk about it and you can't do this and abstinence is the only way and all that bullshit. And so they try to say that the Bible says that being gay is an abomination, right? And he said, so then the president is walking by and he's here and he's talking to the two people that are on his team, Bradley Whitford and another guy, Toby Ziegler, which is like, and Rob Lowe, and they're all like Jews from New York. So they say something like, oh, those people want blah, blah, blah. And the guy's like, well, he's calling us Jews because we're, New York Jews. And so he throws like 3 Bible passages like in their face. And it's like, oh, my friend, can't do something. I forgot what it is because it's Bible shit. But it's like, oh, so should he be stoned to death? And then he gives another scenario, and he's like, oh, so should she be hung right now? You know what I mean? Like all this stuff. And it's like telling them that the Bible is as old as it is, and it's meant for teachings. It's not a guideline of what you need to follow for the rest of eternity. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's stuff like that. And then the series just ends with they get the guy that they wanted elected and everything, and then the president, it just kind of fades off where he's in his church, where he married his wife, and where he's done all of his like praying and talking to the Father and all that stuff, and because they're all really good friends and shit. And it just ends with that there's like some people from the staff members go, other like Rob Lowe left in season 5, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. But what's cool is that Rob Lowe's Parks and Rec character he based off of his character in West Wing, but he just put the comedic spin on it. So he uses like a lot of the same stuff from West Wing he uses in Parks and Rec too. Like his health, he's always healthy. In West Wing, he's always going to the gym and he's worried about his health and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool. That's how it ended though. It was just a good wrap up. It wasn't like a crazy cliffhanger or anything. Right, Quidditch? I put Bruce to sleep.
Sopranos.
Never watched it.
Didn't that just fade to black?
Good ending.
Doesn't even fade to black. It mid-sentence, it just goes...
Well,
oh, really?
The whole
West
series...
Wing and The Sopranos were what my stepdad used to watch.
I've never seen one episode.
I only know the ending
What
from...
happens? Babe?
He's a gangster, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's spent his whole life pissing people off, killing people. You know, you never know who's gonna come and get him, right?
Yeah.
He's always got people around him watching his back. But the cool thing about Sopranos is like he's a hitman. He's a not a hitman, but he's a mafia boss. Mm-hmm. But in this whole series, he deals with crippling anxiety. So he'll like have panic attacks. And so it's weird to be like this big Italian fucking mafioso and then have like panic attacks. So he goes to see a therapist. So it gives this like humanizing, you know, he's very relatable even though he's a fucking he's like Joel.
Right.
Where he's a terrible fucking person, but he's the hero of the story.
Right.
So in the end, in the last scene, he's at a diner, again, pissed off thousands of people, killed hundreds of people.
Real quick, doesn't he also try to like reform himself a little bit?
I mean, he tries
towards
to
like
at
the end. Okay,
Correct.
because I remember hearing stuff about that. Yeah.
Right. He tries to do good because he knows something's gonna happen.
Oh, gotcha.
He's like, I'm at this point where like I'm fucked.
Yeah.
You know, I'm either gonna die old or you know, someone's gonna shoot me in the face. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So he's at the diner talking to this dude. He's like, shit's crazy, man. I don't know what's gonna happen. I want to lay low. I want to get out of this stuff. I'm kind of done or whatever. And then this car pulls up behind the diner because they're sitting in their spot. It's their spot at the diner.
Gotcha.
You know, and it's right out the window. And the car pulls up and it stops, and then it just cuts to black.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So you're like,
did he die? Was it just a car? Like,
but it holds for black for so long.
Does it really?
Like,
and you don't hear a gunshot or anything?
Nope.
Oh my god, that pissed me off.
No, weren't they still like? Wasn't the big thing is they were actually mid-sentence too? Like he was talking as the car pulled up, and it just cuts to black.
He was, but it was just a monologue of like, I've done what I've done. I don't have no regrets. But like this is my life, and I want to stop doing this. I want to do whatever. Car pulls up in the back, and you're kind of like, you kind of don't notice it at first, but once they cut to black, you're like. You think about the car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
it could have just been a car. Yeah. You don't know.
It's actually a smart ending. It's just
I love it.
Pissed off so many people when it first aired
because people don't like to imagine stuff, and that frustrates me. Like on the scale of ambiguous, of Sopranos of Lost endings to West Wing endings of like this is what happened, which is not really the same. In a sense of like
traditional, like wrapping up everything nice.
I'm gonna tell you what everything means, and this is what I want it to mean as the writer and creator. That's fine, but like I prefer ambiguity. I will always steer towards.
Yeah, ambiguity. you want to be able to imagine how it ended. You could
because I want to walk out of the theater. I want to walk into work and be like, "Did you fucking see Sopranos last night? Did he die? I don't know. What do you think? Well, he did this, and this in season whatever. It keeps you talking.
It's like when we talk about Game of Thrones theories.
Exactly.
And stuff like that. And Westworld theories. Jesus.
And when you finish it, we can.
But what I hope with Westworld is that there's mysteries.
Yeah.
That they've given you the answer. This is what I love about Lost, is that they've set up mysteries and they've given you the clues to come up with your own conclusion and a good one with evidence to support it, without saying that like, yes, you're right.
See, when you get caught
That's
up,
what I love about it.
We can talk about some Rick and Morty theories.
How many episodes is season 2?
What was the episode you just watched?
They went to therapy.
You probably got about 5-6 more episodes.
Really? So it's more than season 1?
You know what's funny when you talk about Lost? I remember all the times that I texted you about, can you explain this episode to me?
Yeah.
Like 10. It's like 10 to 12 episodes.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a bunch of theories. Some
About what?
okay, have you seen the episode where they drop Jerry, where they go on an adventure, but they drop Jerry off at Jerry
Where there's
Marie?
multiple Jerrys? Yeah.
Yeah. So that episode,
Uh-huh.
you once they drop off Jerry, you see one Rick and Morty take a ticket, right? And then you see them go off.
They end up taking a different Morty.
Different
Or a
Jerry.
different Jerry, yeah.
Here's the thing. So if you actually
Oh no! The last one I watched was. I have 2 episodes left.
Okay.
The last one I watched was Interdimensional Cable 2. Do you remember the intro to that? So there's one episode where Rick is like, I don't want to fucking watch this shit. Or they're like, Rick, what do you want to watch on TV? He's like, oh, okay.
Thought you never asked.
Yeah, and he
smashes
the cable box, puts a little crystal in it, and now you can watch TV from all across the
Jesus.
through different dimensions.
Okay, and so the whole thing of the whole
That's crazy.
the whole grab for the episode is that the commercials or the TV that they're watching is ad-libbed.
Oh.
So it's somebody behind. Did you know that?
I heard that. I didn't look into it yet.
So basically, it's someone going into a mic and they're like, "This is babies versus, or this is man versus car."
Yep.
You know,
This is man fighting a real car.
yeah, and it's like, oh, man is fighting the car. Oh, he's ran over by the car. So it's someone talking, and then they animate it.
Oh,
but
really?
it's all ad lib stuff, and they just make this crazy shit up out of their head, and then they animate it. And so in the first episode of Interdimensional Cable, they watch this show called Ball Fondlers, and it's like the A-Team.
Okay.
But they just like shoot guns and kill aliens, and they're called Ball Fondlers.
The second one, the one I remember, is how did I get there?
Yeah.
Because they see this lady, they're in the hospital, and they see this lady, and she's getting coffee. She's like, well, what is
that lady?
What is that weird shit on her face? Like, she's got makeup.
She has like a growth on her face.
weird
or
shit on her
something.
face.
And she's getting coffee. And
And then they turn to the TV, and the show's called How Did I Get There? The only show that'll make you ask, how did I get here? First off, this lady. They look back to the lady where the coffee was. She's not there. She's standing on a flagpole or on like a street light in the middle of nowhere.
street light in the middle of a street. She's like, how did I get here? And they're like, how did she get there?
See, my favorite joke is actually at the beginning of that episode.
Oh, Bruce.
The intro to it is a bunch of
So
twerking
sleepy.
ladies, and they're like, Interdimensional Cable 2. It's so
No,
funny.
it's when they're going into the hospital. It's like, don't worry about it. Oh, don't get any of that vomit because it'll stay
Yeah.
in your clothes, and if you get it in your skin or eyes, you'll go into homicidal rage. Hi, I'm the best doctor in the universe. But they all say
Everyone
they're-
says they're the best doctor in the world.
How many different best pizzas in New York have you seen?
Have you ever been to a pizza eating contest?
But no, one of the theories in the Jim Bree
Okay,
episode.
So
yeah,
sleepy.
so the Rick and Morty that drop off the Jerry that you think you've been following gets the
Yeah.
ticket 5126.
Yeah.
So then Rick and Morty have their adventure. When they go back to pick up Jerry, they're going to take a Jerry out, and another Rick and Morty come up and says, "Oh, do you have 5126?"
Yeah, and then they
So
switch.
the theory is because it's a multiverse, we didn't follow the Rick and Morty that we've been watching the entire time. There was different. That's also how Combrupulous Michael will still be alive.
Who's Combrupulous Michael?
The assassin in that episode who Rick sells the gun to
Oh, that's right.
for money to go to Blintz and Shits.
Monday.
Blitz and shits.
Yeah, Blintz and Shits.
Yeah. It's good.
I'm really gonna have to watch
That's
this
an
show. 'cause
interesting
you
It
guys-
is. It's only like 22 episodes right now.
Yeah, it's really short.
You guys seem
It's
very
sad.
excited about it.
It's great.
What was I going to say?
Do you want my Rick and Morty poster?
Sure.
My puzzle that I put together and glued.
Oh, dude, Tiny Rick is so cool. He wants to go to high school to help out the kids or whatever, and so he somehow transfers his consciousness into like a teenage version of Rick, but he calls himself Tiny Rick.
Yeah.
It's so funny. He just goes.
Tiny
around-
Rick.
And every time he
Every
starts getting creative, his
Yeah, they're
subconscious.
like, listen to this song. And he's like, I'm trapped. I'm dying in a vat in the garage. I'm trapped. Come save me. And they're like, it's so weird to describe that show, but it's fucking hilarious.
The only episode I found funny is the dog one because it's Bruce.
Yeah. Where are my
Oh,
balls?
the robot dog.
Oh God, yeah, that's
That's the one that got me. Like, first episode was funny or whatever, but that was fucking
Where he takes
hilarious.
him outside and then he just pees
Yeah.
on the floor.
Yeah. Bathroom? Outside? Outside?
Where are my balls,
Summer? My balls are removed. Where are they?
What was his name?
Oh, I don't remember.
It's like Snuggles or Schnookum or something.
Yeah.
And then he slams
Snowball.
My name? No.
Oh, yeah.
My name is
Do not call me that.
Yeah.
My name is Snowball because my fur is white and fluffy.
Yeah.
Oh. Have you seen I think we talked about this at work. The Inception episode
Where
where they meet Scary Terry.
Yeah. That's in season 1.
For-
There's
for-
also the Inception episode where they have to fix the car, so they go into the battery where Rick has created another world who creates its energy, who created another world to create their energy, who created another world.
I just love it that when they go to that world, it's go fuck yourself.
Yeah, they're like...
Oh no, that's how you say hello in this culture. It's just
I love my best part is that subtle joke where it's like when they
So exciting.
when they are coming out and he's like, they really love the slow ramp coming down. It's like they love it. It's got to be slow. And then they go into the second world and the guy does that and his ramp goes out too fast and he's like, that was too fast. West Wing. Can't
Which is
spoil
funny.
Lost.
hey, I just won't spoil. I just won't tell you about the season 3 premiere.
You already did.
Did I?
Yeah, the Szechuan sauce.
Yep.
Yeah, you said that. That's what got me into Rick and Morty. I'm like, I got to see why that's a story arc. Doesn't make sense, but it is what it is. Community's getting really good too. They had their first Halloween episode, which was really funny.
It's a canceled show, babe.
Hmm?
Is the Community a canceled show?
Yeah.
After like
What do you mean?
5 seasons, I've talked about a show that had 14 episodes in a movie.
What does that matter?
Because you talked about it in the present tense.
Because
Oh,
he's
watching
watching.
he's watching it real time. Yeah.
For me,
It's
it's
present.
getting
It's
good.
him. It's brand new.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say Community got good. for me
Got good.
today.
Got good.
So yeah,
Man, I can't think of any of the other ones that are noteworthy.
I mean, the cool thing about House of Cards is all the fucked up shit that happens in the
Oh
background.
my god.
Like how gnarly he is. Like he fucks this chick, this news reporter,
Oh, then he
so that
kills
she'll and then he fucking throws her in front of a train.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And then he
fucking
killed the other
gnarly.
guy with the fucking in the car.
Doesn't he get shot, though?
Yeah, because the reporter that he pushed,
Yeah.
boss, comes after him 2 seasons later.
Yeah. And he's
And
like
he
all
tries to-
crazy
yeah.
conspiracy
He's like, we
theories.
gotta take this motherfucker down.
Yeah.
I can't believe he got away with
It's
pushing
fucking
somebody
gnarly
from the
though,
fucking
because
train.
he meets her. He's like, come meet me at the train station.
Yeah, nobody saw it.
She's like, okay. And it's like right where the cameras cut, like don't see.
Yeah.
And so basically the train goes by and you kind of see him like shove her or whatever right as the train comes, and then he just walks away.
Yeah.
It's gnarly, dude. It's gnarly.
My favorite
I
episode.
couldn't believe that he fucking killed her.
Remember, we're talking about finales, like the season finale of 2, when he gets to the president's office and he hits the fucking his ring. Does that? Oh my god, that was so good, man. The way they did that episode, that was so good because he's like, I'm the president, and he always has that
He's
signature
got
knock
that-
with his ring.
It's his college ring or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
So fucking
That show
good.
is deep as fuck. He has a Vita too.
You know that game? Do you remember the one where he's playing that game on his iPad, Monuments Valley? I downloaded that shit because of that.
So
And that it's a funny, it's well, not funny, but it's like a really intelligent game. You have to like figure out all these different puzzles and how to like flip all this shit around to make the path work and all this fucking crazy shit.
He kills the bald guy too in his car. Remember?
That's what I just said.
Oh, I
Yeah,
forgot he said that.
the senator.
Oh my
He
God.
kills the senator.
So good.
And then Doug.
he's killed
Doug's the shit.
Doug Stamper.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah, Doug
Oh my
Stamper's the
God.
shit. Oh man.
He's like this conflicted. Oh my god, he's like
he has like
conflicted
this.
because he'll do anything for Frank.
Yeah.
He'll do anything for Frank, but at the same time, he's like, I don't want to kill this fucking girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who's the girl that's like, I want you to do anal or whatever? Remember?
Well, that's the one that he was watching.
Is it?
The one who they were the
But who
whore.
does she want anal
She was
from?
the hooker from the first
from
season.
Doug?
Yeah.
She was calling Doug?
Yeah.
I thought she was sleeping with someone else.
I just like his name. I think Underwood
Doug
is
Stamper?
Frank Underwood.
a very villainous name.
It is. Especially in
Underwood.
politics.
Dude, when they like are done with their day, when he's still like a senator,
know.
and they're like him and his wife are
Yeah.
like strategizing, and they open a window and
Yep.
they both smoke.
And they're
They
smoking.
share a cigarette. It's
Yeah.
like evil shit is abound.
What about the one where she fucks him so he'll get his fucking balls back?
Yep.
Oh my god, that was so intense, dude. Because he's like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna win, and he's starting to like whine and cry, and she's like, shut the fuck up, and she like spins him around and throws him on the floor and fucks the shit out of him, and she's like, do you fucking feel better now? And he's like, I can beat anybody.
It's gnarly, dude.
It was so good.
And they have this weird old workout machine with the water,
rower.
with like water in it that spins around and it's like,
Yeah. It's the old school rower.
Oh, damn.
it's weird. Such a
Oh,
good
it's
show.
so fucking funny, man.
There's no series finale, but like,
Yeah,
'Cause it's
not
not
yet.
done.
spoiling it, like he fucking kills 2 people and
Is it
becomes
2?
president.
And this is
Oh, because Doug ends up killing the bitch.
yeah.
So like,
And
technically 3 people.
3,
and this is like set in our time, so it's like really, really. Oh, you actually straight up murdered him.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. How he gets the president to fucking resign. Oh my god.
That sweet
it was
ass president?
Yeah.
Dude, he was a good guy.
Yeah.
I liked that president.
That was crazy.
He's the president from that show is the CEO of the corporation in Mr. Robot.
Yeah, that's right. Man, that's such a great show though. Now Claire is pitted against him, and it's getting fucking crazy. Oh my god, I can't wait
he's
till the
gonna
next
kill-
season.
Why don't you
He's gonna
spoil
kill-
Mr. Robot?
he's gonna
You
kill
can
Claire.
actually spoil it.
Oh, I can.
Is it done though?
No, but like
There's some stuff you can spoil.
Okay, I'm probably not going to get back into it, so you could spoil it.
he's crazy.
So
It's
everything
all
is in his head. Because you kind of figure that out at the end of the first one. Christian Slater's not really there.
Yeah.
Like his father
But-
is dead, right?
Everything he's literally in an asylum.
Oh, really?
Like he's making shit up. Like
There's
the
the-
characters in the show are all
So how could it keep going
all
though?
patients.
That's weird. I'd be curious to see how it could keep going. You're just gonna.
Huh.
How can you know that he's crazy and then continue to watch and be interested? Because now you know. Unless he actually breaks out and starts doing all that shit. That's crazy though. Wow.
He's in a mental asylum.
And the one that got me, the last episode I watched is when we figured out that the chick was his sister
Yeah.
in his head or whatever.
What was her name? Roseanne or Diane?
I don't know.
The last time I stopped watching was when we figured out
It's a good
Mr.
show.
Robot was
Such a
him.
good show.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, that's kind of obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Like I felt like from the beginning you knew that Mr. Robot was him.
Oh yeah.
Was
For
it
sure.
also the name of the tech shop
Yeah.
that his father
But
worked at or
but
whatever?
it's even deeper. It's like once you find out that he's fake, it's like, okay, cool, that's a spoiler.
Yeah.
But like the season 2 or 3 finale is he's in a fucking asylum and everything is fake.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's weird.
Man. That show hooked me in though in the beginning when
It's a
when you don't know
brilliantly-
anything and you see Christian Slater push him off the fucking balcony.
It's brilliantly written.
It's crazy.
He did it. Rami Malek did a very good job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Came a long way. From
Made White Wes's ice fall.
Now can I tell you who dies in Lost?
No.
Everyone.
Everyone.
Because they're all dead the whole time. Just kidding.
It's the Sixth Sense.
I'm not retarded.
Bruce Willis sees them all.
Man, he showed me that movie, and I would because I was like, I don't want to watch Sixth Sense. It's just gonna be a stupid twist. Because I
Yeah.
watched The Mist. That was the first movie that I watched.
Oh, you watched that before Sixth Sense?
Yeah.
That was
What
a
does
bad
that have
idea.
to do with each other?
I feel like there's not an M. Night Shyamalan
Nope.
movie.
No, Mist is
Stephen
John.
King.
Stephen King short story with the most depressing ending in a movie.
Which they're
but
making.
Yeah, but that's not the book ending.
It's not.
No, that's what made me mad because I read the book and I was like, oh, this is not good. And then I watched the movie and I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is the worst. And then the fucking
Okay.
military comes.
Do you know the ending of The
Yeah.
Mist? Jesus.
Oh, that
The
was
movie,
the
yeah, the
worst.
movie is terrible.
You know, I watched The Mist. You know what thing? If I was ever in a end of the world apocalypse situation, first person to start spouting religion, like the one chick, she'd
Bye.
be out the door.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Because
it was the worst. I don't know. I
Well,
don't know.
it's like
Some
Rick and
movie-
Morty when the gods or the heads come.
Was it the
Yeah.
Village you watched
and then they
first,
turn a
maybe?
religion into it. Principal Vagina.
Oh, but that was one of the first ones. I think the very first M. Night Shyamalan movie I watched was the fucking flower one, and I thought it was stupid.
Oh, The Happening?
The Happening,
With Marky
yeah.
Mark?
I don't like that movie.
It's a good movie.
But The Sixth Sense actually intrigued me
No?
because it was.
The Happening is shit.
It's awesome.
He likes it.
No,
It makes sense.
No, it's a bad good movie.
It's a bad.
Or a good bad movie. Take your pick.
It makes sense. Biologically speaking, it
I
makes
like
Didn't make a
Sixth
lot of
Sense.
dollars, that's for sure.
Oh, that doesn't mean anything. Firefly. Till now. I'm saying
That made more DVD money.
the things evolve to protect themselves. If we think of humanity as a virus, which you can make many correlations
Yeah.
to it, it makes sense that a plant would develop
The means to force us to kill ourselves.
I mean, it's the same reason that the things have camouflage. What are the fucking geckos or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
You know, like they develop things to keep themselves safe. They develop bees that can sting you and you die, or that's how they protect.
Yeah, see, I
themselves.
get all of that. But
It's
this is
just evolution.
plants telling us to kill ourselves.
No, it's gas.
But it wasn't
Like they-
evolution. It was like the military made up something.
No,
Yeah, that
no,
was
it's not. It's the
I don't know.
plants evolved and started emitting something like a gas into the air, just like they produce oxygen.
Those like
right?
toxins.
They changed oxygen to something that would kill us.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
That's what I remember. I don't
Makes sense
remember
to
a
me.
military thing, but I always watched I tried to
seen it
finish it, and
multiple times.
I fell asleep quite a few times.
The acting is purposely cheesy if you watch interviews from M. Night Shyamalan, which I don't think is an excuse.
I feel
but-
like that's an excuse.
I meant to do
There's
that.
scary scenes in it.
It's supposed to be
No.
cheap.
I like M. Night. I think he's a good guy. He came back, dude. Split's back. Let's spoil Split.
We already spoiled Split.
No, not the ending for him.
Oh, that's right. He didn't want it
Are you sure?
spoiled.
Nope.
Wow.
Can we?
You're fucked right now, buddy.
How have you
Nope.
not seen it yet after you?
Come on! It comes out on DVD.
It's on the
today.
fucking
It's on
Cody I
DVD
gave you.
today. It's on DVD today.
And now it's on Cody now that I
It's on
gave you.
DVD today.
So I didn't buy a movie today.
Watch it on Cody.
Watch out, Cody.
All right, let's wrap it up. I don't know how I'm going to come up with a thumbnail for this fucking... Everyone's going to be like, okay, I'm going in for West Wing spoilers. Oh my god! They're spoiling everything!
And
No, that's not how you do it.
done.
Don't stop it.
I'm not to stop it.
Don't stop it.
That'll do it for this episode
And we're done.
of
That'll
Bloodshots.
do
I want to make the
It's
editing
the
very
end.
tough for you.
Bye.
Now we're
Not
done.
bye.
Wait, and we're back.
And we're back. They spoiled
Not yet.
Sopranos. They spoiled Mr. Robot. They spoiled everything in this fucking episode.
Snape kills Dumbledore.
Everyone's going to kill us.
Harry Potter.
Hedwig guys.
Don't you do it.
Actually, to be fair, Draco defeats Dumbledore.
Okay, so now I'm just going to
Draco
call
works
this
at our place.
spoilers. Every spoiler you've ever wanted in one episode.
I'm sorry, but if you don't know Harry Potter spoilers by now, you just deserve to have it spoiled.
Even if you are
Like, subscribe.
Like,
subscribe.
Patreon,
.com/derailed. Support the show.
D3RI.
Wes is getting close to haircut status again.
Uh-oh. Bye.
Bye.